welcome to Monday the 6th of April. The Monday when we should have been on the second day of our holiday in Scotland. We were due to go to Aberdeenshire yesterday in a lovely cottage that we had booked. We were so looking forward to it. We were devastated to cancel it. We do have another holiday. It's the first time we've ever booked 2 holidays in 1 year, so that went well. We do have a holiday booked in August to go to France, but that's beginning to look increasingly unlikely as well. But we've got everything crossed that the world will sort itself out. If I look a bit dishevelled or my hair looks a bit weird, it's because we've just done the Joe Wicks workout. It is the Easter holidays, but I want to try and keep up with doing that, otherwise I'm just going to turn into a giant blob. Yeah, so Phoebe wasn't really feeling it, Lilia was still asleep, but I gave it a good go and I do feel better for doing it, although I have pulled a muscle in my leg. But I'll just keep stretching that throughout today. I also got out the dumbbells that were hidden right at the back of the cupboard of doom, which is just behind me here, which I'll talk about in a minute. We've got 3 dumbbells in there. I couldn't quite reach the 3rd and biggest one. Oh well. So I pulled them out. They're just a Davina McCall collection one, because I was watching Zoe, the Pins and Needles podcast this morning, and her husband run a gym and they've been doing workout videos whilst they're closed, and she talks a lot about kettlebells, and I don't know much about it, so I might watch some of their videos and also look up some tutorials for how to use them online. This is just a 2.5 kilo one, and I think that will be heavy enough for me. But I've also got one here that is, oh my goodness, 5 kilos, and I think in one of the videos that Zoe's husband was doing, it was something like, I don't know, 28 kilos. I mean, I can barely lift this, and it's 5. Anyway, I'll be looking into that later. Right, I just wanted to do a bit of show and tell with you. So I've made a decision about my Advent yarn. So I have an Advent yarn gift that was a gift from a lovely viewer of this podcast and friend, Hilary. And she gave it to me at Christmas, but I already had a few Advents and I didn't want it to get kind of lost in a sea of yarn and busyness, and I wanted to keep it for a time when I could really enjoy it. So I decided to keep it for April to open in the run up to my birthday. Now it doesn't quite work out because there's 12 skeins of yarn. I'm opening them in line with the date, so today I'll open day 6, and my birthday is not until the 19th, but it's my birthday month, so it's my birthday all month, right? And I've decided that I'm not going to make, I'll try not to wobble you, I'm not going to make the pattern that came with that Advent set. I did have a look at it and it's a really beautiful pattern. It's all Nora George yarns and it's a pattern by Nora George. But I just didn't fancy making a cow, because one of the things that's really got used since we've been isolating at home, or in lockdown at home, is my Advent shawl, which I made over the last 3 years with Christmas minis that I've done in swaps with my friend Lily of the Lily of Norway channel, and I stopped it this year. I called it finished. I haven't bordered it, it doesn't really need it, but this has been used more than anything else on the sofa. If you can see me looking behind the camera, it's because I can see what I'm filming in the mirror so I can see whether things are in shot or not. So that's why if my eye line goes up there, it's because I'm trying to see if I can show you this properly. So this has been used more than anything else over the last week or so when we're curled up on the sofa. And we have blankets, but this seems to be the go-to. There's something about using the sort of sock yarn that keeps it it's just a really nice feeling. It's very drapey, very soft, and I really like it. So I've done something that I sworn I would never do. I don't like to be too sheepy. I don't like to follow the crowd too much when it comes to popular patterns, and I have resisted doing this for quite a long time. Doesn't mean I don't like it, just means I've resisted following the trend, but I can resist no longer. And with my minis from Hilary, the Nora George Advent, I've cast on a granny stripe blanket. So this is the first. I worked out that if I had 98 clusters plus the little mini cluster at each end, which is how the granny stripe works, that would be 100. I worked out that should be enough, roughly, I think, for 5 grams of yarn. Now I've done this whole thing, so it's a chain of 302, and then I've done all of my initial row of double crochet, in UK terms, or single crochet in US terms. And then I've done my first row of clusters. These minis are 10 grams. Where's the rest of it? Oh, it's down here. And I've got a tiny bit left. So I'm really, really pleased. I started it last night and I've got my first row done, and I'm going to add the next colour in later today. And I think having a nice blanket project, sorry, I keep dropping yarn, a nice blanket project like that will be really, really good in the coming weeks, because it's a really easy, non-thinky thing as well. And obviously our minds are taken up quite a lot with things. This is beginning to feel like a podcast rather than a vlog. I don't know whether I should keep going. I'm just going to show you one more thing. So I was thinking about long-term blankety projects that I could work on during this time. And my corner to corner scrappy crochet blanket is something that has been sort of in hibernation for a little while. No reason, I just haven't picked it up. It's quite slow going because it's all worked in single crochets. But it is a project that I really, really love. It just doesn't build in a satisfyingly quick way, but it does really make the colours beautiful because of the pattern. It's a corner to corner moss stitch. So I'm going to pick this up again as well. I've got tons of minis in my bag that it's living in. This is a bag by Hannah, of Hannah from Sheets Alley. I got this when we did a swap ages ago. And I've got tons of minis in here waiting to go into this blanket. So I think I'm just going to try and really put some work into it, basically. It's got my little tag on reminding me what size hook I'm using. Yeah, so that's my plan. But right now, I think I'm going to have a cup of tea and a biscuit, because I've earned it. Okay, I said I was going to talk more about the cupboard, which is this one. We've got a massive cupboard in our kitchen that goes all the way back under the stairs. It goes all the way back. It's absolutely enormous, and of course it's a dumping ground for everything. Got old calendars here from 2015. I mean, honestly. So it needs a really good sort out, and there's a lot of craft stuff in here as well. So I'm going to start putting out all the craft stuff as a starting point, and whilst we're on the holiday, on our Easter holidays, and I'm not working, I'm going to start clearing this cupboard out so it works a bit better for us during our lockdown situation. Yeah, so I thought I might share some of that, me clearing out a cupboard. Oh, the joy. Could it get any more interesting? I look absolutely nuts today. My fringe is getting a bit unruly now. And I've just been eating a biscuit, sorry. I've just been outside putting out some books that we had for the charity shop. I've given them all a wipe down with bleach, and I've just put them out for people if they're walking past, especially the older people who can't get to the shops, and the mobile library's not coming around at the moment. So I put that out, and we're in the midst of clearing out. We started on the sideboard cupboard where all our crafty bits and games are, and it's kind of at the stage where I wish we'd never started. My whole family were in the garden pulling faces at me. Oh, you can't see there, it just goes bright. No one can see, no one cares. Anyway, it's at the stage where we wish we hadn't started. Now, we're going for a walk. I'm wearing Dan's hoodie because I don't own a hoodie. And it's pretty sunny. We're going to have a walk over the heath. We were going to go to the woods, but we kind of have to
Is my
drive.
sun cream blended in enough? I do have pale skin, so I do.
But we kind of have to drive to get there, because otherwise after our long walk it would be a bit of a pain to walk all the way back, and we didn't want to freak people out by sort of pulling up and parking outside their houses. So we're going to stick to where we can walk to. And my phone's nearly out of battery, so I might not film much. No lichen today. slightly different route on our walk around the heath, and we found a couple of really, really good climbing trees. They're kind of growing out of banks,
It's quite easy to get there.
so you can get up really high without having to put the work in at the bottom. Even teenagers climb trees in a lockdown. But will she ever get down?
We are finding some.
Hello, I'm just putting on, don't worry, I have got clothes on, just putting on a jumper. I just come up to get my pyjamas on. I'm done for today. It's been a really nice day. We've got a lot of stuff, I've got a lot of stuff achieved in terms of sorting some stuff out. We spent time together as a family. Oh, I'm really short. And now it's time to relax. I'm feeling a bit low. I think it's because I'm not sure what to be worried about. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. But we're going to watch film. It's Lilia's choice tonight, but she hasn't yet revealed what that choice is. So we're very much looking forward to finding out what she's chosen for us all to watch. I'm about to put the second colour on my granny stripe blanket that I spoke about earlier. So I'm going to go and do that now whilst I wait for Lilia to get out the shower. But otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Night, night.